Alright, so security can't respond when the shutters are down. Lab safe status locked. There's a small keycard slot on the side of the safe. A red light glows softly next to it, indicating the safe is still locked. Can I get out? Oh, you can get out? But security can't see anything. What's in that room, by the way? I'm just not gonna go there right now. 98144. 98144. There's a barely audible click and the door unlocks. Taylor's computer. User Dr. Taylor P. Ares Asia Holdings wishes you a productive day. Plant financial data. After a few moments, the data chip's light flashes green, indicating the data has been uploaded. Project records. Red line prototype directory active. Authorized users only. Remember, security is everyone's business. Enter query. Security briefing. Attention, Ares Asia Holdings employees and residents. Last week, Night Errant officers responsible for the security of this facility received several reports of suspicious activity in the public area of the building. At 13:31 last Tuesday, security footage shows a troll, approximately 20 to 28 years of age, entering the public mezzanine areas of the building. The subject was seen attempting to gain access to restricted areas. The subject exited the facility before the Knight Errant could intercept and question him. Reports from Ares citizenry indicated the subject was asking about research labs working on directed energy weapons. Several hours later, the subject was seen re-entering the building from a side entrance wearing a custodial uniform. Knight Errant guards attempted to detain the subject, but during their arrest attempts, both guards were severely injured. Any employee or resident should contact security immediately if they see this troll. Do not attempt to detain him or interact with him in any way. The subject is considered highly dangerous. There's a note attached from Knight Errant Security. Dr. Taylor, it has come to our attention that you have not been treating this threat with the seriousness that we believe it deserves. Please remember that the safety of your person and your research is not solely your concern. A strike against you is a strike against all of Ares macro technology. When engaging in off-site entertainment from now on, we will request that you travel with a group. Thank you. Emitter aperture refinement. I've had to change the emitter and focusing array in our latest MP4 red line prototype. Prior to this, we were using the same emitter array as the MP Laser 3, since it's a proven design. Unfortunately, that array is too large to continue using at this point, and there's legacy software that we need to update. The largest problem is that the outer lens is 3mm too large for our new housing. In light of that, I've commissioned 20 new focusing arrays. They're being manufactured in Detroit, but should arrive next week at the latest. The fabrication technique is the same type that we acquired from Zeiss last year. It should give us superior beam coherence even in high dust and fog situations. Okay. Prior emitter research. Personal notes on MP Laser 1 research. I've been going back through files from Ares Arms research on the original MP Laser. A lot of the work was done by one Dr. Elias Mills Fargo. Unfortunately, Mills Fargo is dead. From what I can gather, his son killed him during a drunken argument. What is curious is that most of the research files have been heavily redacted. It's all very curious. It's almost as if Ares Arms doesn't want anyone to know anything about the initial research. It's very curious. Given that we are all supposed to be working towards the same thing, aren't we? From what I can gather, Mills Fargo's had a radically different design philosophy than Harding and I. Most of Mills Fargo's notes indicates he was primarily interested in purely vector soliton fiber lasers, rather than our own dye-doped matrix technology. From what I understand, that's also the basis for Winter Systems' own attempts at a man-portable laser solution. I can't find any evidence of how they could have developed that technology without access to Mills Fargo's work though. Curious. Alright, go back. Emails. Yo Killjoy. Hardingham, I cannot believe you. Did you tattle on me to Knight Errant, saying I'd blown off the security brief and ran to go drink alone? Pish. I'm a senior researcher, not a bloody prisoner. If I decide to go have a drink on my own, that's my business. Besides, Central and Admiralty are both crawling with police at any hour. They're AAA secure, for God's sake. Pub time! Listen, H, I really do hear what you're saying about security, and I promise I'm not taking it lightly. I was thinking we could hit up the pawn after the meeting tomorrow. I've got 8 or so takers from the lab, and Knight Errant promised to loan us a low-profile bodyguard to make sure nothing goes awry. How does that sound with you? Door code. They changed your door code while you were out on vacation. The chips got a little fried when someone forgot to close the shutters in the laser lab when they were testing one of the new emitters. It's 23847. Project 2231. H, one of the researchers downstairs, hit me up in a meeting about supporting something called Project 2231. It's headquartered in the Algonquin Manitow Council. Some godforsaken black site called Complex 68G. I guess it has something to do with that debacle in Chicago, research into cleaning up the CZ and whatnot. I thought it'd be nice if we could give them a hand, just lend them a prototype or the specs, let them test the laser out there. Alright. Hardingham's door is 23847. Two, 3, 8, 4, 7. Hardingham's computer. Dr. Hardingham, Ares Asia's Holding wishes you a productive day. Project records. Power outputs. Preliminary reports aren't good. We can miniaturize the aperture and emissions array from the MP Laser 3, and it's definitely possible to get down to a handheld size, but that's never been a problem. Energy density is the core problem. Our batteries just aren't up to snuff if we shrink them down to pistol size. Without the MP Laser 3's battery pack, we'd be lucky if we ever find a way to break 6 or 7 shots. It's a terrible problem, and one the boys over in material science have been dragging their feet on. I've been checking into using some of the new dual-phase batteries, but the cost seems prohibitive. I mean, but like, a real pistol has like 6 or 7 shots. What's the problem? You just reload it, you just carry more batteries. I've made a note to Director Huey asking if we could get some help from Ares Arms Europe. The Firelance research teams made a great deal of headway using staged graphene capacitors. Maybe there's something we could learn from them. Hardingham. Attention. Alright, this is the same troll report. Dr. Hardingham, it is our belief that the troll we recorded is interested in the research you and Dr. Taylor are undertaking. As such, we will be providing extra security for your off-site team building exercise. Please be extremely careful when not within the facility. Your research and person are under threat at the moment. Alright, drone integration. These appear to be Dr. Hardingham's notes on attaching the prototype to security drones. Things proceed apace, assuming a standard medium drone like the Inquisitor or Rover 9230 models. The drone provides sufficient power to enable the prototype effectively unlimited bursts, although there's a 30-second charge time if the capacitors are drained rapidly. The small size of the emitter lens also means that the prototype can be mounted modularly or internally as the platform dictates. So a drone size thing, a drone is about man size. Well, this thing is like, yeah, about a person size. You have effectively unlimited laser shots. For smaller drone sizes, the output is more restricted but still valuable. Charge times increase to between 2 and 5 minutes, assuming standard battery power. This does unfortunately reduce the drone's loiter time. Each shot reduces the loiter time by approximately 2.5 minutes. More than enough for a sustained engagement, but something we want to keep an eye on. I believe we can increase efficiency in these cases by including a supercooling medium, liquid nitrogen or the like, to reduce the heat pump's draw from the power systems. Maybe something like we worked out for the Sentinel P series berths. Alright, go back. Emails. You Killjoy. Taylor, I don't think you're taking this security breach seriously enough. A bloody troll tried to waltz into the building not just once but twice. He beat up some of the bully boys downstairs and he's definitely after our work. If you want to waltz off to the pub like nothing happened, at least go in a group, man. Cheating bastard. Listen, I don't know how you managed to beat me in that last game, but I know you're cheating. All the data checks out, but I can't believe your aim suddenly gotten so much better than mine. When I find out what hack you cooked up, you're gonna owe me 15 new yen. Either that or your characters are all going to be wearing bright green lime costumes from now on. Okay. Leaking vents. Dr. Taylor, we appreciate your concern, but the threat neutralization system leaking from your office air vent. We appreciate your concern about the threat neutralization system leaking from your office air vent. Your safety and the safety of the lab are our topmost priorities. Until we can get maintenance to inspect the valve, you can access the security control for Vent 3 via the matrix. The blocker IC code is Cortex-Frez. Should any further leaks occur, please contact us again. Alright, so there's a threat neutralization system that gasses people. Pub time! Okay, Taylor, if you've gotten 8 people and a bodyguard together for a pint or two after we've had our meeting, I'm game. Sorry about being so tasty earlier, I just don't relish the idea of being beaten to a bloody pulp by some trog with an interest in my research. Alright, so we're reading the emails. We haven't gotten ourselves into the safe yet. And, it looks like whatever we need to do is beyond this door. There's a ginormous dragon line there, by the way. Open door. Man, this whole place is empty. Isn't that crazy? Oh, never mind. The stillness of the Ares laboratory is suddenly rent by the unmistakable sound of an explosion. The floor trembles beneath your feet and dust falls from the ceiling tiles. As the echoes of the blast recede around you, the distinct smell of atomized concrete and scorched carpeting waves in through the vents. Rector busily taps out some command on his arm bracer. Cosjay whirs and flexes its legs beside him. I'm seeing a lot of radio traffic. Whatever that blast was, Ares wasn't expecting it. I think we're about to run face first into another runner team, SCKC. Shit. Isabel shakes her head, balling up her fist. If it's not one thing, it's another. We'll never catch a damn break. It's not as bad as all that. If they're setting off bombs, the knight-errant forces in the buildings will be more concerned about them. Be concerned with them than they are with us. Stay behind me and I'll protect you. With an explosion like that, our window just got a lot shorter. I expect the window may now be closed, and we'll have to break a hole in the proverbial wall in order to get out. We should get to it. Oh hey guys! The combatants in the next room are quite obviously Shadowrunners. Their gear is mismatched and they wear no uniforms. And the mixture of technical gear and heavy armor indicates they're prepared for anything. Alright, pick up. The other Shadowrunners huddle up. Their voices are loud enough that you can hear them, even through the glass door. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Cries on a crutch, that was nasty. The orc wipes sweat from his brow with the back of one hand. Yow, is that the last of them? Looks like it, Boo. My C-12 wrecked the stairwell, so we're safe from backup via that route. He hands a canteen to the human woman next to him. Dizzy, how you doing? Taking a long drink from the canteen, the woman breathes a deep sigh of relief before tossing it back to Yao. Remind me again why we went to the executive level before getting to the lab. I'm all for a brawl, but pulling 4 knight-errant adepts off of Opti isn't my idea of a party. Dizzy points an accusatory finger at the shaman. You, sir, you need to practice your martial arts. Opti raises his hands placatingly. We had to go up there, Dizzy. Without the keycards to get into the lab, we're as good as dead. Boo could have hacked the door, but his deck got slagged after you threw that rigger into him and broke his concentration. Can I just pick up the thing and leave? Back away? Gingerly, you start to inch away from the door and stay out of sight. 1 step, 2. Unfortunately, like a predator attracted by motion, the man called Yao notices. His eyes locks with yours. Hey! He gestures towards you, body tensing up. Who the hell are you? I could ask you the same thing. Are we here for the same job? Maybe we're not here for the same job. I could ask you the same thing. Yeah, sure, but let's get inside first. That stairwell isn't the only way into this area. Dizzy gestures towards the door. Boo, pop the door so you don't get shot in the back. No arguments here. Boo waves an RFID keycard at the door, but it only buzzes in denial. He glances at the keycard in irritation. What the hell? This card doesn't work. Seems like you're in a bit of a bind. Yeah, looks like. Opti shoots an angry look at Boo's keycard. Would it be too much to ask you to... Would it be too much to ask to have you open the door? No, I don't think so. Not until you tell me what you're doing here. Probably the same thing as you. That lab has a laser prototype, yeah? That's what we're here for. It just looks like you got to it first. Opti glances over his shoulder nervously. Do you think we could have this conversation inside? No. It's our laser. Okay, so... Our client said that they don't really care what happens to the laser. We just need to make it look like somebody else stole it. But I want the laser. Also, I haven't gotten Rector's bot parts yet. Gaiju sniffs the air tentatively. Between the blast and the dust, I can't smell or hear anyone else. But that doesn't mean that you don't have guards right behind you. How close on your heels were the Knight Errant troops? Given the shitstorm we set off by going to the executive penthouses first, we probably have a few minutes. They'd be too busy trying to figure out what we were doing up there. Yao runs a hand through his hair and shrugs. Hardingham and Taylor's apartments are pretty trashed, so they have to figure out what we're really after before they can respond again. Why were you up in the executive penthouses? I've gotten some intel that Hardingham and Taylor would be out tonight, but they had a secure safe down here. We figured that would be where they kept the prototype, and the key would also work on the lab door, except it doesn't. Boo looks mournfully at the keyguard in his hands. If wishes were fishes, looks like we made the wrong move heading up there first. Oh, that's the keycard to the safe. Right. That's the keycard to the safe. I can't open the safe without that keycard. Rector gives you a significant look. He speaks quietly so that only you can hear. I know Taylor and Hardingham. That key is almost certainly for the private safe where they're keeping the auto repair circuitry. We need to let those runners in so I can get that key. That's not the key to the laser. That's the key to the robot. Let's find out if they're willing to give up the key. Chances are we have to kill them, which I'm okay with. You gesture at Boo, getting his attention. Yeah? You made a decision yet? I'm getting kinda nervous out here. Give me your keycard and we'll let you in. Yeah, we're not... yeah, give me your keycard and we'll let you in. Well, I don't know what it goes to, but it sure as hell doesn't get us inside that lab. Sure, I guess. Alright. Good enough for me.